Good Wednesday evening and welcome to the Ncwlife Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And beautiful skies here, our air quality about 92, which is moderate here in the Wenatchee Valley. But as we travel north and look at our Sky-Fi Tower Cam in the Billy Goat area, this is looking, of course, towards Brewster and Pateros, the Okanagan River and the Columbia River there. And air quality not so great in parts of the Okanagan Valley. We're seeing air quality readings about 172 up that way, so that is unhealthy for sensitive groups, and that's where most of this smoke will stay, right around the Crescent Mountain fire and also in places I should say around the Cougar Creek fire. But the good news for the fires up north, we do have a threat of some shower activity tonight. Not sure that the Crescent Mountain fire near Winthrop and Twist will get any of that. I think most of the shower activity will be way to the northeast up around Colville, but even around the Cascades we could see some scattered showers tonight, very, very light, and I think that, as I mentioned, most of that will be towards the Canadian border. We will have your complete weather forecast coming up in a few minutes. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. A Ritzville man remains hospitalized tonight after he was shot in an attempted robbery last night in Moses Lake near the Larson Housing Project. And last week, teachers and the Wenatchee School District reached agreement on a new teacher's contract, but that new contract didn't include all Wenatchee School District teachers, and they made their voices heard yesterday. But first, we begin tonight. A red flag warning will be in effect today and tonight across the Cougar Creek fire area due to a combination of increasing temperatures and wind. This marks a change in the weather pattern for firefighters following several days of cool and moist conditions. Firefighting crews continued with mop-up, working through the ash to locate and extinguish hot spots. Smoldering branches and logs were also moved into the interior of the fire. If conditions allow today, crews along the southwestern corner of the fire will continue burnout operations. This work is crucial to securing the line in that area. If and when crews are able to begin these burnout operations, additional smoke is to be expected and will be visible around the plain area. The Cougar Creek fire has burned 41,430 acres and remains at 45% containment. Meanwhile, to our north, the Crescent Mountain fire burning near Twisp is at 43,484 acres, and that fire is 35% contained. Today, crews will continue to hold and establish dozer lines and hand lines from Buttermilk Creek to Poplar Flat. Mop-up and holding efforts will also continue today with the use of aircraft, hand crews, and engine crews. A level 3 evacuation is still in place for people living west of the Little Bridge Creek intersection in the Twisp River Valley. A Ritzville man remains hospitalized tonight after he was shot during an attempted robbery last night in Moses Lake near the Larson Housing Project. The man and a 17-year-old female were in a car parked at the curb near Arlington Drive and Lowry Street when several persons approached the car and tried to rob them. The driver tried to drive away and was shot in the abdomen by one of the persons outside the car. The assailants then ran. The injured man was taken to Samaritan Health Care in Moses Lake. His name is being withheld for the time being since he is the victim of a violent crime which is under investigation. Deputies and Moses Lake Police searched the area but were unable to find any suspects. Investigators today are following up tips and leads, and anyone with information is asked to call the Grant County Sheriff's Office. That number is 509-762-1160. Well, last week, teachers and the Wenatchee School District reached agreement on a new teacher's contract, but that new contract didn't include all Wenatchee School District teachers. Ncwlife's Dan Kuntz tells us more.
Education support professionals in Wenatchee rallied at the district office yesterday afternoon in support of the union bargaining team who's negotiating a new contract. Lori Wisemore, a paraeducator at Mission View Elementary, says in order to retain good employees, the district needs to raise the wages of ESPs, also known as classified staff, to better match those around the state and across the river.
According to a report from OSPI, Wenatchee School District classified employees' salaries average, we rank at about 201 out of 295 districts. You compare that to Eastmont, Eastmont's at 87 out of 295. So we have some pockets of people who are 19% below the state average. Some pockets are 25% below the state average. So it's time to work together to find a solution to get those wages up.
Wisemore said the union has a positive relationship with the district, and they hope their concerns are heard and the groups work together to solve the wage gap for the 300 ESPs.
We've traditionally worked on a 3-year contract, and our contract ends on Friday. So we are back at the table today to be bargaining wages. We've got a Wave for Wages rally that's going to happen today. We just want to bring awareness to the wage situation in Wenatchee. And we've got members that are showing up. We've got teachers who are showing solidarity and standing alongside us as we work to win wages for Wenatchee.
As negotiations continue, support professionals are headed to work today for the Wenatchee School District's first day of school. The current contract expires at midnight Friday, but the teachers said they will continue to work past that with or without a new contract. Dan Kuntz, Ncwlife News.
Coming up next, we'll tell you more about the new 10-gig dark fiber internet system for the Wenatchee School District. The 2018 pear harvest projections are in, and it looks like another bumper crop. And this is the final weekend to enjoy the fun at Slidewaters Water Park in Chelan, and on Labor Day, your summer fun may directly impact your winter fun as well. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the Ncwlife Evening News.
Sir, I pulled you over today to ask you one thing. Is it true that Apple Valley Honda has a free lifetime warranty on every new Honda?
Officer, I'm glad you asked. Our lifetime warranty comes free on all of our new Hondas. That means you won't have to pay a dime for any major expenses. That could save you thousands. And no, you do not have to service with us. It's a great peace of mind, officer.
Wow, my wife and I have wanted the new Accord. We'll see you this weekend.
Hello, and what is up? Welcome to Career Shift Business Edition. I've got 3 choices: certificate, associates, and bachelor's. I'm going associates. And I'm enrolled. Stay alert, this game was pretty fast. Whoa, exams almost did me in. I'm back on track and picking up speed. And I'm in the home stretch. Degree complete, and I'm ready to go to work. Charter helped me make that career shift. Your turn.
Choose the pros, Alignment Pros. When your vehicle needs brakes, shocks, struts, or alignment, choose the experts in their field. Alignment Pros and Express Lube with a 5-star rating. The work they perform on your vehicle is as impeccable as their shop. With state-of-the-art equipment, Alignment Pros can handle all large or small vehicles, specialty cars, lifted or lowered. Alignment Pros does them all. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
Welcome back. And in other news, last night right here on the Ncwlife Evening News, we told you about the new 10-gig fiber internet system that was installed at the Wenatchee School District back in June. The school district partnered with Local Telecommunications and the Chelan County PUD to complete the dark fiber project, which took about a year to complete. Dave Yancey, Director of Operational Technology at the school district, says the new fiber system gives the school district entire control over the internet system with much more efficiency.
Dark fiber really gives us 100% control of our fiber network and can control the traffic from point A to point B. On the old system, which is provisioned by any number of contracted people between the PUD and Local Tel, this puts 100% of all configuration into our hands, which means that we don't need to seek permission to do different things. We can just simply do them. Gives us the ability that if we wanted to push 1 gig through it, we could, or if we wanted to push 40 gig through it, we could. Right now, we've settled on 10 because that was the cost-effective mechanism, and that really gives us some room to grow quite a bit. So 10 gigs between all the buildings, 100%. And then just the way we designed the network was much more efficient. Now every building gets an equal foothold to push traffic at their layer, which is just phenomenally more efficient.
Yancey says the new dark fiber system will also give the school district large bandwidth capabilities, which will eliminate internet delays and rerouting.
Doesn't leave a whole lot of competition being bottlenecked. You know, if we want to do internal connections, then we don't have to route all the way to the central office to go back to do any kind of network routing. We simply say, you know, Foothills wants to go to Lincoln, whoosh, there it is, or vice versa. You know, it just gives us a much more direct connect throughout all our entities, which is good internally as we push traffic back and forth, but also gives it a much more streamlined queue as it goes out through the K20 and the internet.
Yancey also added he is proud of the local partnership involved in this project.
It's a great partnership. It really uses what I kind of consider a hometown advantage. And I hesitate to use that sometimes, though, Grant, because sometimes people say, oh, okay, you know, you're scratching each other's backs. But it's really that, you know, the efforts of the community, they all want to do what's best for the community. And so they worked out the best system for the best price.
The new fiber system will give the Wenatchee School District one of the fastest internet systems in the state. Well, the 2018 pear harvest projections are in, and it looks like another bumper crop. According to the National Pear Bureau, this year's harvest is expected to be up 26% over 2017, or 20 million boxes of pears. The unexpected harvest numbers for every variety of pears except the Concord are expected to see an increase this year. The Anjou is once again expected to be the most popular variety with an expected harvest of 10 million boxes, which also accounts for half of this year's overall production. Green Bartlett pears will account for just over 5 million boxes, while the Bosque variety will produce just over 3 million boxes. Washington is the leading pear-producing state in the country with a crop value of $225 million. Well, this is the final weekend to enjoy the fun at Slidewaters Water Park in Chelan. On Labor Day Monday, September 3rd, your summer fun may also directly impact your winter fun with the Slidewaters Echo Valley fundraiser. Purchase an advance ticket and spend your Labor Day slipping and sliding at the Pacific Northwest Premier Water Park. Tickets have been reduced to just $10 and are available at Chelan Shell Station, the Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce, Kelly's Hardware, or Lake Chelan Building Supply in Manson. You can also purchase tickets online or contact echovalleyinfo@gmail.com for more information. For over 60 years, Echo Valley has been the Lake Chelan Valley's community ski hill where generations of kids and adults have learned to ski and snowboard. Well, you're watching the NCW Life Evening News. Coming up next, your sports update with Eric Granstrom and our feature story tonight. That and much more still to come on the NCW Life Evening News. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Cordell Schroeder, owner of East Wenatchee Mobile Storage.
If you're thinking about making a move anytime soon, check out the East Wenatchee Mini Storage brand new mobile storage service. They drop it off at your location, you pack it, and they pick it up and store it in their protected warehouse at East Wenatchee for as long as you need. When you're ready, they'll drop it off at your new home or office. East Wenatchee Mini Storage is excited to offer this brand new service to our region.
Call 509-884-8643 or find us on the web at ewministorage.com.
Hi, Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. When you think of Alpine Air in Wenatchee, think of professional, friendly customer service for all your heating and cooling needs. Alpine Air partners with Carrier, manufacturers of some of the best heating and air conditioning equipment available today. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Visit our store in Wenatchee, meet our people, see our shop. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Vominos junk haulers, big or small, they haul it all. Vominos junk haulers are experienced at hauling junk from your household items to yard and construction debris. That old hot tub and eyesore, Vominos, will make it Vominos. Recycling is a priority to Vominos junk haulers. They'll haul away your old appliances and electronics. And for the do-it-yourselfers, Vominos Junk Haulers also rents trucks and trailers. Call Vominos Junk Haulers and Moving Service today to schedule your free estimate. And now it's a sports update on the NCW Life channel.
And a happy Wednesday. The Eastmont Wildcats begin a new football season Friday night at home against the Wilson Rams out of Tacoma. Michael Don's in his 4th year as head coach and says he hopes to build off his team's 5 consecutive wins to end last season.
When you get to the point where you're rolling as a program, you reload, not rebuild. And so I'm hoping we're getting closer to that point where we're not, worried about, oh, we have to replace all these guys. We want to get to the point where we're like those teams. Kamaikan from a couple years ago, they win a state championship. They graduated 20 of 22 starters. They turn around the next year and they're back in the state playoffs and they're competing for league titles. We hope that that's where we can get to, and our kids just, next man up, step up and keep competing.
The Wildcats will turn to senior Kalen Massey to lead the way at quarterback. Max Massey says he thinks the way last year ended is help players buy into working hard to prepare for this season.
Everyone from freshmen through seniors are expected to be at least one workout throughout the day. We have them at 3 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon for the kids who aren't able to make it from work. But everyone's expected to be there every day unless you're on vacation or something, lifting, and then after that you come outside, do either conditioning or working on your own skills on your own time. So it's just kind of everyone's expected to do something.
It's got to be huge in that momentum you had at the end of last year to carry that through the summer. I mean, is that all part of it?
Yeah, for sure. We've definitely talked about that throughout the off season, just carrying that on and how hard everything shifted like halfway through the year last year, and you could tell clearly going on that 5-game win streak. We've talked about that. Started off the season strong, and in my opinion, we're looking just as good as we were at the end of last season. So I think we'll be rolling right off the gate.
We'll have the contest beginning live with a pregame at 6:45 Friday right here on the NCWLife channel. The magic number is 150. Not a good number, by the way. According to Russ Waterman, athletic director for Eastmont School District, anything above 150 is a statewide agreed to number on air quality that affects outdoor activity. Now, we got up in the 90s today. We're keeping our fingers crossed that things won't get that bad tomorrow. They'll make a decision by tomorrow afternoon whether the game will have to be moved between Eastmont and Wilson to Moses Lake or over to the west side in Tacoma. So stay tuned for that. Well, Felix Hernandez gave up a leadoff home run on the first pitch of the ball game, and the Padres were shut down after that, although Seattle's offense let him down. Mariners fell to San Diego 2-1 last night. Hernandez allowed just 2 runs on 4 hits in 7 innings. He struck out 9. Rookie right-hander Jacob Nix for the Padres was equally impressive. He goes into the 9th, gave up a home run to Nelson Cruz, and that was it in the ball game. D. Gordon, Mike Zunino, both 2 for 3. Gene Segura finished 2 for 4. San Diego's defense just kept making one stellar play after another behind Nix on the mound. So the Mariners dropped that one, and then today, a day game at the Padres home facility in San Diego. And another loss for the Mariners. That one just came final. 8-3. Mariners fall in both of those games. Now they head to Oakland to take on the A's. They're chasing. Speaking of which, going to the Les Schwab scoreboard from last night in the American League West race, Nick Martini drove in a decisive run at the top of the 9th on a ground rule double as Oakland topped Houston 4-3. The win moved the A's within a game of the half of the Astros in the American League West. Seattle 7 games back of Houston, 5.5 back for the wild card spots. Well, Doug Baldwin was back at practice for the Seahawks as he was finally able to do a little running around with the team as they prepare for the workouts and they prepare for their next matchup, which is Thursday night against the Oakland Raiders at CenturyLink Field. Baldwin says it's nice to get back out there after being off for so long.
It's nice to be back feeling myself running again. I think just over a period of time, I mean, obviously playing this game since I was 6 years old, I don't know what it's like to not have football in my life. So to be out this long, I don't want to, it was hard. It was hard emotionally, so just glad to be back out there.
Now, Baldwin's absence has allowed more reps for some of the younger receivers in the offseason workouts as well as the preseason so far. He says that can be nothing but a good team for the team and the players.
Extremely talented. You know, you got a plethora of athletic types. You got guys who are big and fast like David Moore, who could pretty much do anything on the football field, and he's extremely gifted at maneuvering his body. Marcus Johnson, who is incredibly fast. Seal Grayson, same thing, but just has the shiftiness to go inside in the slot. Keenan Reynolds, who's shown everything, his ability to be in every type of receiver, especially showing his ability in the slot and his cerebralness. And the list goes on and on. Obviously, Brandon Marshall doing really well. Tyler obviously doing really well. Malik is doing really well. So we've got guys across the board who can do everything that the offense requires them and asks them to do. And so I think we're in a really good spot. It's going to be tough on the coaches to narrow it down.
Seahawks host the Raiders tomorrow night at CenturyLink Field in their first regular season opener on the road at Denver, September 9th. That's Sports. I'm Eric Granstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Eric. With school now in full swing all across north central Washington, do you know when to stop for a school bus? Yes? No? Maybe? Well, in tonight's feature story, the Washington State Patrol produced a quick video as a reminder.
It's that time of year again. Time to send our kids back to school and start the new school year. And that means we're going to see a lot more of these out on the roadways. We all want our kids to get to and from school safely every day. And to do that, we need to work together. We also need to know what it means when you see one of these. In order to help with some of the confusion, we've come up with some situations that you might encounter when you're out in the roadways. One thing to always remember is when you're traveling in the same direction as the school bus and you see the stop paddles, you're always required to stop. Our first situation is when you encounter a bus on a two-lane roadway with one lane in each direction. When you're traveling in the opposite direction and you come upon the school bus, you're required to stop. The next situation you could encounter is a multiple lane roadway. As always, if you're traveling in the same direction as the bus and you see the stop paddle, you're always required to stop. A multiple lane roadway means at least 3 or more lanes, and that can include a turn lane. If you're traveling in the opposite direction of the school bus, you are not required to stop. An additional situation you could encounter is a divided highway. This means that there's either a median or a barrier in between the lanes, or the roadway is separated. In this situation, like normal, if you're traveling in the same direction as the school bus, you're required to stop. If you're traveling in the opposite direction of the school bus, you are not required to stop. Be sure to follow us on social media for additional safety tips. And if you want additional bus safety tips, check out our blog.
And we'll be back with our top story and your complete local weather forecast right after this.
Eastern Washington. It's a great place to call home and a great time to own a home. It's the ideal place to lay down roots for your family and your future. Gisa Credit Union thinks Eastern Washington is a great place to own a home too. That's why we offer all kinds of home loans with personal attention every step of the way. We're your home. For home loans, we're Gisa Credit Union.
It's a free walk-in job search assistance center. It is designed to help job seekers with the tools that they need to find a job. We have partnered with libraries in 5 other cities, providing the same types of services that we offer here, just there.
Just walk in, we have laptops, and we can help you with resume, cover letter.
All of our services are paid for by the revenues earned in our store. Goodwill is just a tool that the community is using to help their neighbors find a job. Goodwill, there's more behind the store.
The all-new Yamaha Wolverine X4 offers 4 times the proven off-road capability, 4 times the comfort, and 4 times the confidence to deliver 4 times the excitement on your next outdoor adventure.
Welcome back to the Ncwlife Evening News. The 2018 pear harvest projections are in, and it looks like another bumper crop. According to the National Pear Bureau, this year's harvest is expected to be up 26% over 2017, or 20 million boxes of pears. The expected harvest numbers for every variety of pears except the Concord are expected to see an increase this year. The Anjou is once again expected to be the most popular variety with an expected harvest of 10 million boxes, which accounts for half of this year's overall production. Green Bartlett pears will account for just over 5 million boxes, while the Bosque variety will produce just over 3 million boxes. Washington is the leading pear-producing state in the country with a crop value of $225 million. And time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. And as we take a look outside our weather window, air wasn't as good today as we've seen over the past couple of days. Air quality index in the Wenatchee area about 92 at last check. That's in the moderate range. But look what we're seeing up north. This is from our Billy Goat camera, Sky-Fi Tower Cam, up in the Okanagan County area, looking around Pateros and Brewster. And air up there isn't so great. In fact, a little bit farther to the west around Twisp and Winthrop. Air qualities today in the unhealthy category for sensitive groups, around 160 to 180 in that area. And air quality should be okay, at least around the Wenatchee Valley into our upcoming weekend. Most of the smoke will be relegated to the areas where there's fires. Plain, Entiat, Winthrop, Twisp, and as you can see, areas around Brewster and the Pateros area. Let's take a look now at what we can expect as we make our way through the rest of the week and into our holiday weekend. Tomorrow, a little more wind, northwest wind 5 to 15 miles an hour. We'll see cooler temperatures on Thursday as well as we drop back down into the mid and upper 70s. Then I'm telling you folks, Friday through Labor Day weekend looks great. Sunny, light northwest winds for your Friday. High temperatures staying a little below normal in the upper 70s. Sunny and nice on Saturday. You can see our area of high pressure off the coast beginning to flatten out a little bit. But that really won't affect our weather that much. We're still going to see a very strong westerly zonal flow, and that goes for Sunday too. Sunny and nice. We'll see temperatures then once again upper 70s to near 80s, and then we'll jump into the 80s for Labor Day. Mostly sunny and nice conditions. A small area of low pressure out in the Pacific won't affect us that much. We'll continue with high pressure, light winds, and very mild temperatures. Let's take a look at your quick lube and tune forecast. Tonight we'll drop down to 61 degrees. We did surpass our 83 expected today. We did get into the mid 80s for our official high temperature. For Thursday though, a cool down as that cold front moves through. It could be breezy at times Thursday afternoon at 77, 79 on Friday. And look at that, the temperatures as we kick off our Labor Day weekend. 81 Saturday, 80 on Sunday, 82 your official high temperature expected on Monday, and even past that into Tuesday, high pressure intensifies. Then we should see high temperatures back into the middle 80s. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel tomorrow morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with host Dan Kuntz, and I will be in for Steve Hare with the news. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
This is TV. This is TV Set Free. TV everywhere from Localtel sets you free to watch what you want, where you want. Catch your favorite networks, including live TV, ready to watch on any web-connected device for no extra charge. That's TV Set Free. Enjoy the extra value Localtel delivers with TV everywhere. Visit localtel.net and sign up today.
Walk and Roll Wenatchee's Asian Express is fast, fresh food. Wenatchee Roll's new Poke Hawaiian Fresh Salad Bar is the best. Fresh greens, fresh seafood, and hand-made sauces. You know what you want. At Walk and Roll, create your own style meal. Hot off-the-line chicken, beef, and veggie plates. Lunch or dinner to match your appetite. Fresh sushi, hot entrees, Poke Fresh Salad Bar. It's new. It's Walk and Roll Wenatchee, fast, fresh food your way. Located on 5th and Mission.
Are you watching me? If you're watching me and you are a business owner in North Central Washington, your potential customers could be seeing your TV commercial right now. With Solion Broadcasting, TV advertising is effective and affordable. Place your ads on the network best suited to your potential customers or get top-of-mind awareness with 16 cable networks, including NCW Life, your local TV channel. Give Solion Broadcasting a call at 888-2020 today to see how easy and affordable it is to advertise on TV.